The yogic process of attaining Nirvikalpa Samadhi and Vedantic process of attaining Brahmanubhuti. Yogis maintain that Nirvikalpa Samadhi is the highest. That's a state of liberation called Kaivalya, Kevala, Kaivalya. Sri Shankara does not agree with this. The Nirvikalpa Samadhi and Brahmanubhuti have some similarity, but they are different. The process of yoga tries to master the mind, control the mind, okay, make the mind subtle and dissolve the mind. This is called Manolaya. Understand? Sri Shankara doesn't agree with this. He says mind cannot be fully controlled. It's like catching hold of wind. Okay. The dissolution of the mind is not what is required for realization. Dissolution of the mind or Manolaya is harmful. That's why Sri Shankara advises all Vedantic sadhakas, don't try to get into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. In the state of Nirvikalpa Samadhi, as yogis say, there is no awareness of the other, there is no awareness of the self, there is no inner or outer awareness. It's an indeterminate state. Okay. Sometimes the breath may stop, sometimes the heartbeat may stop, pulse may stop. A yogi enters into state of Nirvikalpa Samadhi. The mind has gone into a laya or suppressed state. Sri Shankara says this is not realization. In fact, the bliss obtained from Nirvikalpa Samadhi by practice of Nirvikalpa Samadhi is a block in the path of realization, a block in the path of self-realization. Samadhi means buddhi, the intellect. Intellect has to be balanced. The intellect is the master of the mind. Intellect is to be active and balanced for attaining Samadhi. In Atmanubhuti or Brahmanubhuti, there's a discrimination between the self and non-self, Atma and Anatma. There's a discrimination between what is temporary and permanent, Nitya, Anitya. Based on that, based on the process of Neti, you are discarding what is not eternal, what is temporary, what is Mithya. In the process, mind becomes deeply silent because mind has nothing but thoughts and objects. So the thoughts and objects which are Mithya is rejected. So because of that, mind becomes silent. Mind is reflecting the object. If the objects are there, mind is reflected. Mind is reflecting the object. If there are no objects, mind doesn't reflect anything. The presence of the mind is felt only when the objects are reflected. So when the objects are discarded through proper discrimination, the mind becomes tranquil. It doesn't get suppressed. Okay. The tranquil mind becomes one with the self Atma, Brahman. So the mind there's full awareness, but there's complete tranquility. The silence. The silence is not forced. Silence is through discrimination. Okay. Sri Shankara doesn't agree with the yoga philosophy, where yoga philosophy says the self identifies with the mind. Mind is from Prakriti, nature. Okay. So because of the modification of the mind, self identifies with that. And when the mind goes through turmoil, the self also goes through turmoil. The self identifies with the modifications of the mind. That's why yoga says chitta vritti nirodha, make the mind silent. Then self is becoming free from that. Sri Shankara says this is not a permanent state, because again the disturbance will come in the mind, again the self will get attached to that. As per Shankara, the mind has no real existence at all. Mind is mithya. It's an appearance in the self. Like a snake is experienced in the rope, the mind is experienced in Atma because of ignorance, avidya. The moment avidya goes, the mind is felt, experienced as no different from Atma, Brahman. Because of the ignorance, mind is felt as a separate entity appearing in the self. Mind has no real separate existence at all. The moment ignorance goes, mind becomes one with the Atma, Brahman. This is the state of realization. So state of Nirvikalpa Samadhi in yoga and state of Brahman realization or Brahmanubhuti, they are not same. Kaivalya Dnana and Brahma Dnana, they are not same. Okay. So that's why Sri Shankara advises people not to go into experience of Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Rather, through proper Dnana, discrimination, attain the tranquility of the mind through contemplation and Nididhyasa, realize the Brahmanubhuti. Don't attempt suppressing the mind, Manolaya. Look for Manonasha or ignorance, destruction of the ignorance of mind. That is the way. In yoga, the self and Brahman, there's no concept of Brahman or Ishvara. The self merging with the Brahman is not there. Atma merging with the Brahman, Ishvara is not there. Brahman is not there. Shankara doesn't agree that. Shankara is Atma is Brahma. Okay. So there is a difference in the philosophy of yoga and Vedanta. Kevala Dnana obtained through yoga is not same as Brahma Dnana. So Brahma Dnana is proper, obtained through proper discrimination, in a state of mind which is full of awareness, but tranquil, not in a separate state of mind. So don't confuse the Nirvikalpa Samadhi with the Brahmanubhuti.